So, hello and welcome to the first video from Radioactive, the new RC plane and quadcopter channel on YouTube. We are going to make an introduction of ourselves in a later video, in fact, so you know who we are. But today it's more about these. You may know this. The Eachine mini series, which initially came out with the Warbird series, the Corsair, there was the Trojan, and there was a Mustang. This Trojan, in fact, it's not really broken. We are going to make some tuning on that one. It will be a very fast one, so that's for a later video. Stay tuned for that. Otherwise, like I said, they started with this Warbird series, and we like them so much because they are very easy to fly and still fun. In intermediate mode you have enough authority and also enough stable flights, so in fact we prefer to fly them in intermediate mode. Expert mode without the gyro, it's quite hard since they are small and you won't see them very good, so it's more that the problem than the plane will not be flyable, but yeah, intermediate mode quite good. So, and you see this one, the F-22, which belongs to the same brand build. It's initially the same thing, except it's a jet and it's a pusher prop, like the F-16 from Eachine or Volantex. However, both very good planes. I have to tell that the Warbirds are much easier to fly, since yeah, the wings are bigger and they can fly pretty slowly without stalling or something. The jets are a bit more challenging, but nothing too serious. Quite easy as well. So we had the idea, since they are stabilized, to make an FPV plane out of this, because the flight times are very good. You can easily fly 10 minutes, so nice for FPV, and it's stabilized, so nice for FPV too. And then we came across this idea to mount this very tiny combo with the optic, the transmit and everything on top here. They also are from Eachine, I think, can't remember, but you will find them for surely on the several sites everyone knows. This one had a problem, so initially the cable here is supposed to give the battery voltage to it, but it never worked. So I had to solder on the back. There are 2 points where you can attach also the 3.7 volts of a 1S battery. So the main problem here is that the planes are so lightweight, and there's the 1S battery which comes in here. These are these very small 1S 400 1S batteries, so they just go there, and yeah. So initially I was making some wiring, so the battery is powering the plane and the FPV camera and transmitter. I think the power was enough, but since the engine, the motor makes it will make some weird stuff in the image. So the curves when it's pulling some amps will distract the image, so that was not the best option. So then I went and built this from Depron, this little case, just to try out. It's not the final version, in fact. And I checked the CG, which was over there where you can see where I marked it. And so I thought, okay, if this is correct, I have to attach the other 1S over here, something like that. So it's really on the CG, because the camera also is nearly on the CG. So I thought that's the way to go. Then we tried it, and surprisingly, the plane had no issue at all with the weight. So we had one battery for the plane and one battery for the FPV. The weight was not at all the problem. There's enough power to fly, but the plane was still very tail heavy then, And since the gyros will try to correct it, it was very, very hard to fly. We didn't crash, but it was too hard to fly, in fact. So I thought, okay, let's give it a try, and we taped the battery a bit forward. So afterwards we were a bit like this, I would say, and it was already better. And yeah, after all, after a few tries, we found out that really I can put the battery in. That was the main idea. And if I leave it, just you see this line over there. So if I pull the battery in, so just it's you can just barely see the line. Yeah, something like that, a bit further. Then the CG is just about perfect, and the plane was flying. I wouldn't say it's better than without the battery, but it penetrates the wind better. So even with wind, there was no issue at all. You will remember the plus weight, but it flies nearly the same. It has some disadvantages and some advantages compared without the second battery, but the power is enough, and it flies still very, very great. And then we tried the FPV with the goggles and everything, and it works just so nice. The main problem now is that the camera still is very exposed to the wind, so you will have some up pull and you have to make some down trim. But this was just a try. So that also we were going to print something out of maybe carbon fiber PTG or even carbon fiber nylon to make this a bit beautiful, better like that. That was, like I said, just a prototype. And we will also move the camera somewhere else. So we were thinking to really put it in the canopy, cut it, glue it in there, and maybe then we have to adjust the CG again, but that will be quite slightly, I think. So after all, it was a fun project, and it works just better than I thought it. So like I said, initially I was just too scared about the 2 batteries and the weight it will have, but there are no issues at all. Anyways, I think even if you try this with the Eachine Warbird series, it will even be better. They are slower than the jets because of the airfoil and the prop and all the stuff, but I think they can handle even better. Or let's say it will be, again, much easier to fly, because these are already harder to fly than these, so out of the box. So I think that should be even a good idea to try it with the Warbird series. But that, I don't know. I don't want it to cut inside my Corsair because I love it so much. So didn't want to cut. That's all. I will keep this one as stock as possible and just fly it because it's such a pleasure to fly them. Yeah, maybe we're going to test out the F16 ones for FPV, since we are a channel which are 2 people running this channel. So maybe there will be a nice battle to make an FPV war between the F16 and the F22. So, but also going maybe to order another one, because also this one I like it very much, so I don't want to cut in this one neither. So maybe buying another one just to cut and try some stuff. Because we are not, I have to say, we are not sponsored by Eachine or anybody else. This is just a fun little channel with some weird stuff coming up, some weird ideas and
So, and then all of a sudden my camera stopped recording. So initially I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and we are going to show you now the F22 from Eachine Volantex in action with the FPV camera. So we're going to show that I mount the camera just I showed you now, and how it will fly from the outside, and also some FPV footage. Enjoy, and hopefully we were able to help you if somehow you wanted to do the same project. So feel free to do so, and thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.